Who were the pioneers? The pioneers were a group of peoples who participated in the bandeiras, being for the most part founders of the current territory of São Paulo between the 17th and 16th centuries. For this, in the name process, they act in the capture of indigenous people with the intention of slaving them, destruction of quilombos, imprisonment of indigenous peoples, mapping of territories, and the share for precious stones and metals in order to generate profit. As a result, Brazilian territory expansion took place. It was during this period that the first gold mines were discovered in the region of Minas Gerais, promoting a great rush for precious metal in the place. The pioneers' expedition traveled long kilometers through Brazilian territory, going from north to south, economically exploring the lands where they passed and imprisoning indigenous people for enslaved work. Where they come from? The pioneers, for the most part, were descendants of Portuguese, in which they are a people and ethnic group that came from the Iberian Peninsula in southwestern Europe. What they did? The pioneers lived on subsistence agriculture. For this, they organized expeditions to interior of the territory in search of riches. The importance of them. The clearing and settlement of lands were initiated by pioneering expeditions called entradas and bandeiras. Entries were usually official expeditions, that is, they were organized by the government of the colonial authority. The bandeiras, on the other hand, had a particular motivation, that is, they were organized by sailors who sailed in the village. The flags that roamed the coast in shade of gold, departing from São Vicente, gave rise to the villages of Itanhaém, Iguapé, Paranaguá, Laguna, and Desterro, among others, and the penetrations in the sertão of origin to the villages and villages like Cuiabá, Vila Rica, Diamantina, Sabará, and Mariana. Until the 17th century, most of settlers who live in Brazil were concentrated on the coast due to the sugar trade. With decreases in this business activity, it is necessary to find other sources of wealth. The entrance and the flag marked the beginning of expeditions to occupy the Brazilian interior. When the first gold mine has discovered, word spread quickly. Thousands of outsiders from Brazil and other parts of Portugal arrived in Minas Gerais to quickly replenish themselves with the precious metal. The success of mining brought changes in the management of colonies. The Brazilian sertão became inhabited, and the first cities near the mines emerged, such as Mariana, Ouro Preto, Pirenópolis, and the city of Goiás. Kinds of bandeiras. There were 4 types of flags, and they were flags of arrest. They entered the sertão to imprison Indians and take them to São Paulo to work as slaves. Prospect flags, washing gold, sold to find and exploit precious metals. Contract certainties. They persecute escaped slaves and destroyed their quilombos. Monções. The pioneers trade with the communities that lives around the rivers, river flags. Heroes or violence? There are 2 versions about the pioneers. The one that the lawners create to benefit, which says that the pioneers were pioneering heroes, super braves, but is known that they were indeed important for the territorial expansions of Brazil. but they had personal goals. That is, was not to clear and expand the Brazilian territory. They were violent and selfish men who only aimed for their own good. So it is understood that they were not the heroes that the Launers claimed to be.